course, Jamie's been out and about with his roving microphone for the marathon broadcast that Radio Moorfields had a few weeks ago. And one of the interviews he did do was a wonderful one with Cheggers himself, Mr. Keith Chegwin.
I've just bumped into Keith. Actually, we've just been sweating to actually get the recorder going. Keith, thanks very much for stopping talking to me.
Well, I was quite surprised actually. We both were at the moment. We're looking at the knobs and the dials on the machine to make sure everything's going to be okay, and fingers crossed it will.
I'm sure it will. The little needle's going up and down, isn't it? Yes, that's all right.
Yeah, we're in business.
Keith, you've been involved in a lot of television. What was the first thing you ever first got involved with?
I'm just trying to think. Really, I think it's years ago. I did a singing program called Junior Showtime. It was like a variety show for kids.
I remember that. Yeah, was it the Paul family?
That's right. Yeah, they had the Poole family on it, and Jess Yates, who's Paulie Yates' father. Everybody in it you can think. And then sort of like, I'm just trying to think, from then on I sort of had the opportunity to go down to London to do a show called Maine with Ginger Rogers. And I went down for the sort of audition, got the job, only worked on the whole show for about a week now. And then I went to stage school in London and stayed down here. So originally being up in Liverpool, you see. But and then at stage school, you sort of get the opportunity to sort of appear in films and do telly and all.
Right. I remember seeing a few of you in those and the early Children's Foundation films. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean we did. Gosh, I'm just trying to think. I think I did about sort of 7 films in all. I think 3 of which were the Children's Film Foundation films, and also the films that the BBC have bought. So they'll be coming up on BBC One soon. I could kill them for it. But there's things like. They're quite nice little bits and pieces. I think the last film I did was a film called Robin Hood Jr., where I sort of played Robin Hood in a pair of pea green tights, prancing all over the place. So it's very embarrassing. But that'll be coming up soon. And also the chap you were just talking about, Gordon Kay, him and I worked together about 14 years ago in a teleseries called My Old Man with Clive Dunnup at Yorkshire. And it was quite funny this morning. We both bumped into each other and we said, we worked together.
Reminiscing.
Oh, I very much so. So it's quite a surprise, really, the amount of people who sort of 14 years ago were only doing bits and pieces. And now when I meet them, they're sort of doing, teleseries. Yeah, that's right. Hello, hello, and all this sort of things. I was the world's worst actor, but I was great at the auditions. I mean, the auditions, I'd always get through an audition, but I was lousy on the day. So I don't know. In a way, I would like to sort of one day have a go at acting again, because I think I'd sort of probably make a little bit better job than I did of it before.
I did an audition at Elstree Studios, and that frightened the life out of me. I just don't know how you can go out there and do it.
They're the world's worst because you are put on the spot. I mean, I used to walk into rooms and people used to say, "Good morning. Can you make me laugh for 10 minutes?" And I used to say no and walk out. But I mean, they do put you into these embarrassing situations, And then some directors are all sort of, I don't know, into all this sort of method acting and all this sort of rubbish, I mean, why don't they just give you the script and let you get on with it?
Brilliant. When did you first get involved? You started off on Swap Shop, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, with the BBC. It was quite funny because before I worked for the BBC, I did a very well-known television series here, to which I refused to have my hair cut. And the chap said, "You will never work for the BBC again." And literally 2 weeks later, I'd got this Saturday morning programme called Swap Shop. But I mean, that was very lucky because I'd sort of got fed up of acting. So I wrote into the BBC suggesting a sort of Michael Parkinson show for kids. They didn't like the idea, but luckily they said, "Look, well, why don't you have a go at presenting this series of outside broadcasts?" And in those days, when we sort of, Noel and I worked together, we were only going to do sort of 5 programmes a year, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, bang, everything sort of went off, and then Swap Shop, Saturday Superstore, and so on. So it was very lucky. And that little man over there, Sidney Lotterby, gave me quite a few jobs in my early days in the BBC. He's one of our high exec producers. I'm just saying that to make him feel good.